Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review of The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce her surname, but I tried. So basically, this is something I just sort of picked up spontaneously. I just decided to purchase it and give it a go. I had no interest really in trying it when it first came out, because I don't really have an interest in like poetry or, well, not so much of an interest that I wanted to read a whole book that was written in that way. And contemporary I just don't generally read, but for some reason I just looked at it and I thought I wanna read it. And then I read a bit more about what it was actually about, because I'd heard so much praise for it previously, but without actually knowing the content of the book. I just knew it was like a contemporary sort of coming of age story written in like prose form. But it says, and I think I remember how to pronounce her name. Again, I do apologise if I'm wrong. But Xiomara has always kept her words to herself. In her Harlem neighbourhood, her fists and her fierceness do the talking. But X has secrets, her feelings for a boy in bio class, the notebook full of poems that she keeps under her bed, and the slam poetry club that will put all those secrets into the spotlight. Because in spite of a world that might not want to hear her, Xiomara refuses to stay silent. A novel about first love and finding your own voice. So as I say, I looked at it, I flicked through, again, went in knowing the praise but still not knowing too much about it, and there's something sparked in me that just wanted to give it a go. And I actually fell in love with the fact that it was all in this like lyrical poetry format. I thought that was really unique, a fantastic way to have a whole novel. I got through it quickly because of that, but I did find mainly in the beginning a sort of detachment to the character in the story, because I wasn't getting that usual like first, second person perspective like in a regular written form, where you see, I don't know, you get maybe more words and more descriptions because it's not in this sort of, it's in like a standardised writing format, if you know what I mean, and it's not like a poetry format. So I feel like with regular, quote unquote, regular books, maybe you get more sort of time with descriptions of certain people, the area and that, and at first I felt like I wasn't getting that, but as I got into the story it flowed more. I felt like I didn't need that sort of perspective because I was appreciative and understanding of this as I learned, you know, the sort of direction of the writing style and that sort of thing. And again, poetry is not like, I'm not like an expert in poetry, so after, you know, a while getting into it and getting used to the sway of it, that really helped. Xiomara herself was an excellent character. I felt like she had so much, I don't know, she was only young, but so much knowledge of the world, and she's experiencing a lot of things for the first time, but she's just your regular average girl growing up in Harlem, I guess, and you're kind of feeling with her first feelings, how she's sort of questioning her religious background, how she's sort of asking the why she can't act this way, why is her body giving her attention that she doesn't necessarily want, and then when she does want it she's feeling guilty for it. Just all these different sort of things rolled in, a lot of important topics, beautifully explored, I would say. Of course, one of the main selling points of this, and you know, the actual book itself, is about poetry. She's called the Poet X. She is in her feelings a lot of the time. She's writing them down in a notebook, and it's a very secret thing for her. She doesn't really share it until she stumbles on the world of spoken poetry, slam events, and there's this particular teacher that's really encouraging of that, and I thought that was a really nice touch to add to the story. It just gave it that sort of, that adult encouragement that she maybe was lacking from, you know, home life, which was really nice. But I've got to say, I would have thought, there's a romance in this as well, but I would have thought the poetry generally was an overlaying theme, but I would have thought the actual, you know, because it's written in poetry, that sort of stuff as well, but I would have thought the actual slam competitions and the actual idea of spoken poetry would have been more in the forefront of the story, and I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't. We didn't really get much of it until like this like part, the last little bit, and the romance for me kind of felt a bit too rushed, a bit too all of a sudden they're like all into each other, and I don't know, I guess it is kind of like that with your first love, because it's all new and exciting and everything's all up in the air and like whoa, emotions, feelings. But I guess compared to the idea that I wanted to understand more about this slam competition, this poetry, that's kind of, I don't know, made it a little bit disappointing that it wasn't more prevalent for me, I guess. I say near the end there was a poem entitled My Mother and I, and I thought that was so beautiful. Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that if you are reading this, or if you have read that, maybe let me know what one of your favourite ones were. And there was like a particular, I can't remember which poem it was from, but there was a particular line where it was like, I'm probably going to butcher it now, but it said basically she lives in a household with her mum and her dad and her twin brother, who is in a different school because he's like a genius, a child genius sort of thing they call him. Basically he's got like extra skills, he is a quick learner, he's got like a higher intelligence, I guess. And she mentioned something about her father, and there's a lot of conversation about her parents and her growing up in like a Dominican Catholic household, and them being like miracle babies because the family, or the parents, sorry, had them later in life when they didn't think they were going to be able to have children, and they had twins. So they talk a lot about that at the beginning. But there was a poem about the dad where it said, even though my father lives with us, it doesn't mean he's not an absent father. So even though he's not absent like physically, he's still absent. There was descriptions of them like walking past each other to get to the bathroom, no words spoken, nothing like that. And I don't know, that really spoke to me, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, so there was that. My thoughts are a bit more eloquently written, I would say, on Goodreads. If you are interested in seeing or reading more of my thoughts, some of the things that I didn't pick out today, and just reading it in general, I will link, as usual, my Goodreads link down below. But yeah, this was a fantastic book. I am so glad I decided to spontaneously words, they failed me today. I'm so glad I spontaneously decided to pick this up. I gave it 5 stars, by the way, out of 5, because I realised I forgot to say that. And yeah, I'd probably look out for more of this author's works. I think this was her debut book, and she is like a poet, she does that usually, so this was interesting. Yeah, I'm glad I read this. I'm very happy. I'm talking quite mellow because my boyfriend's in the bedroom, which is just behind there, and I'm still self-conscious of talking in front of a camera with people around. I don't know. But anyway, great read. Would definitely recommend this. I feel like it would help, or just be that voice, be that character that a lot of kids don't see themselves in usually. Like, they don't see themselves represented anywhere, and this was fantastic for that. So yeah, pick it up and give it a go if you're interested. Anyway, I know it's probably a late review because this came out like 2018, I think, so it's still relatively new in my mind. But yeah, I realise I keep trying to conclude and then coming back to say more. I'm going to conclude for real now. Thank you for watching. I'll speak to you in another video soon. Bye bye.
Escape to a world we don't